You know, the star represents home. It represents El Paso. For those of us that were born and raised here, it's a symbol of when you're driving in or flying in, it's just that I'm home, I made it.
The star, I mean, you look at how many logos in El Paso have the star on it. It's on everything. It's El Paso's biggest thing, I think. It always has been.
According to a newspaper story in the El Paso Times, but from columns written at the time, it was built in 1940 and first lighted November the 29th, 1940. And the star on the mountain was like the Star of Bethlehem. So I think that's probably its genesis, in that we could have our own Star of Bethlehem here for the Christmas season. And I have a feeling that's probably why it was there. And we've gotten a lot more secular and a lot more encompassing of different faiths. And so the significance of that is the Christmas star has diminished. But that's what it was a Christmas star. And that was what I remember as a young child as the time frame that it was normally on, was from right after Thanksgiving until New Year's. And that was the only time it was on.
I believe it was 1979. We had a hostage situation in Iran. They kidnapped all the people from the embassy in Iran, and they kept them for close to 500 days. What we were doing at that time, I wasn't here, but the electric company, that was the first time they started lighting the star every day until they released the hostages. But in the 80s, the city passed a resolution to start having the star lit every day.
I'm not sure exactly who came up with the idea of it originally, but it was an El Paso Electric Company project. And the electric company was the one that managed it for a number of years.
They donated it to the Chamber of Commerce in 2000. And I've been doing the maintenance ever since. It's been different sizes. It's about 459 feet tall, football field and a half, pretty large size structure. We've got about 460 bulbs going right now. We changed these out about 3 years ago. We went to LEDs. We had fluorescent before that. Before that, we had incandescent bulbs, so it's kind of been changing. Eventually, we will have something else in here. Technology keeps changing.
If you get up close to it, you can't tell it's a star if you're up there. And it's a squashed star shape. It's not symmetrical. It sits at about a 30-degree angle on the mountain. And it's that way so that when you see it from a distance, it looks like a star.
When you're down the city, you'll notice that there's areas that are brighter than other of the star. All the stringers are at different heights with the bulbs on them. It's different terrain. Sometimes you have dirt, sometimes you have big rock, but when it reflects off that, it makes it a lot brighter. If you notice they're hanging down instead of pointing up, that's so that they get the reflection off the rocks and off the mountain itself. And when you put this many together, got a lot of wattage going on. You know, you can light the city up.
So the star is on every single day. We do not have a day where it's down unless there's maintenance or repairs to it. But for the most part, we do have quite a few individuals that light up the star, whether it's in memory of a loved one or a celebration. So the star is not funded by taxes or by the city, anything. It is based off of, or all of the funding is based off of the starlighters that the citizens or any individuals do. The star is here for the community, and anyone can light the star for a price, of course, and that is what helps cover all of the expenses for the star on the mountain. But unfortunately, it's not open to the public. It's not a public hiking trail. Trespassing is often, and that's one of the reasons that we are letting the public know that it is a private property.
Please enjoy the star from the city. Don't come up here. It's dangerous terrain. Cameras and surveillance up here. We have a PD influence that will come up here and arrest you for trespassing. If you enjoy it down there, your life would be good. You come up here, you can have issues. Not to mention, just if it goes off in the middle of the night trying to hike down in the dark, I wouldn't want to do it.
We've had 2 different instances of vandalism with the star. One of them was due to shooting of bulbs with paintball guns. And the second one was unfortunately larger damage, and that one was a total of 8 lines that have been destroyed, either by tugging, pulling, or hanging off of them, and that damage is severe. Enjoy it from afar. It's here for the city. It's here for El Paso and anyone who's driving by or visiting or lives here. Please enjoy it from afar.
Of course, it doesn't shine on the west side. It covers downtown area, a little bit of northeast. It covers Juarez real nice. And from what I understand, the people in Juarez really like the star. They're proud of it too, even though it's ours. They get to see it more than we do. They are not special light bulbs. They're basically, they're equivalent to a 100-watt LED is what they are. These really aren't made for outside use, they're made for inside use. We don't get enough rain here that it makes a big difference. We vary the times depending on what season it is. Normally we'll turn it off about 11 o'clock at night. Right now it's going on around 8 o'clock. When the sun's going down earlier, we adjust for that. We try and do it about sunset. I can give you what electric bills used to cost. When we had incandescent bulbs, it was probably about $900 to $1,100 a month in electricity. We went to fluorescence, it dropped down to under $6. With these LEDs, our bill, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's around $400 now a month, which your house can run that, believe it or not. I just got my electric bill. And I was not very happy. We want to get something down the road that we can do color changing and that you can do it off your phone like everything else nowadays. That's where we're going, like the rest of the world, right? Just takes time.
And that's the whole purpose of it. It's here for the community, for celebrations, for a place to call home, and it resembles El Pasoans. What we are.